Only flexing here for Seconds Out with light heavyweight fast rising prospect, I think it's fair to say, Joshua Buatsi. How you doing today, Josh?
Not too bad, I'm good, thank you. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good. We're here at the press conference to announce the big show at the Copper Box at the end of March. You're going to be fighting for the vacant British title against Liam Conroy. How long have you known about the fight and how excited were you to find out you were going to get this chance at the British title?
Maybe, what are we in February? Maybe mid-January, perhaps. I'm not too sure, but at the same time I knew, he knew as well. So we both knew well in advance, and it's a good opportunity. You know, you want to be number one in Britain, then you progress on. So I'm excited, man.
Where would you kind of put yourself in British rankings at the moment? There's people out there that have fought at world level but not necessarily succeeded, and you're there, fast rising prospect. You haven't looked ruffled in any of your fights so far. You've barely lost a round. So where would you put yourself currently?
As I say, I think there's things that you could go by. So for me, being number one in Britain will be to have the British title. Unless, of course, you've got a world title, or let's say you fought for a world title in your previous fight or so. So there's just a few things you got to have, in my personal opinion, and I think certainly the British title is one of them.
There's a lot of people out there who are saying you're the best light heavyweight in Britain already, even before you win the title. How much kind of pressure and expectation does that heap on your shoulders?
The most pressure, I think, is what I put on myself. Yeah, what others think is important, but ultimately it's what I put on myself, because I've got a high expectation and things that I want to achieve and do in the sport.
What do you make of Liam Conroy? I'm sure since the fight's been made, you've had a lot of time to go away and have a look at his fights on tape and YouTube and so on. What are his main kind of strengths and weaknesses in your view?
I've had a lot of time, but not necessarily to look at him as a fighter. The most that I would say I've done is to go into BoxRec to see how many fights he's had, who he's beaten. And like I said, he's knocked out his last 5. He's on a long winning streak, so that's about as much information as I know about him.
Does it bother you that you're obviously on your own path, you're doing really well? A lot of people tend to bring up Anthony Yarde. He's with another promoter for a start. WBO #1, yeah, I'm doing exactly the same thing, so it's hypocritical to do it. But does it bother you that people do kind of bring your names together? You've become kind of synonymous with each other.
I wouldn't say so, because it's the fight that people want to see. So, I mean, there's fights that I want to see, so I'll always bring up if I see them, and I guess I'm just another fighter that people want to see me box another opponent. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's annoying or by any means bugging me. You know, it's a fight that people are interested in, and that's always a good thing.
Do you kind of thirst after these big domestic clashes and rivalries? We've just recently seen George Groves retire. He'll be remembered in part for his rivalry with Cole Froch. Going back further, you've got Ben and Eubank and Collins and so on. You've grown up watching stuff like that, I guess. Is that something that you want to emulate in your own career?
I've had to go onto YouTube and to catch up on those occasions, like the Ben and the Chris Eubanks.
You're a lot younger than me, actually.
Yeah. No, when they happened, I probably wasn't in this country, or I probably wasn't boxing at that time. But again, they are patterns that I would like to follow. Who doesn't want to be in a big rivalry match where the whole nation is captivated by it? So, absolutely.
And did you watch the recent fight where Sergei Kovalev regained his world title against the leader Alvarez?
I missed that fight, to be honest with you. I've got a date and an appointment on March 23rd, so all focus and everything's on what I'm doing. Perhaps leading up to the fight, or maybe after the fight, I'll give it a watch, but right now all focus is on what I'm doing.
Let's talk about that preparation. You're quite well into your pro career now. How much has your training changed on a week-to-week basis from what it was, say, when you first turned pro, and in what ways?
Yeah, it's changed a lot, man. Just understanding the time that I have, moving up to 12 rounds now as well. So there's a lot more time spent in the gym, a lot more time resting and recovering, listening to the body as well. A lot of that, knowing when to train, when not to train, when to push yourself, when not to push yourself. Because in the amateurs, I'm used to going 100 miles per hour every session, every day. But now we're looking at 12 rounds. So you're doing a lot of rounds in the gym, you're running, you're doing strength and conditioning. So there's a few things to juggle. Most importantly, the boxing sessions. But again, the rounds are longer. So it's just listening to the body and know where you're at and when to push yourself and when not to.
And you've retained largely the same team from your amateur days, so I guess it's been a learning curve for them as much as it has for you. Is that fair?
Yeah. The whole team is learning, but I'm amongst people that I knew when I didn't win anything, when I had nothing at the start. People that have seen me since I was 15, been through my teenage years with them, my early 20s, I'm mid-20s now. So they've been there from the beginning, and it's going to remain that way. It's important for me that it remains that way.
So the fact that they've got your best interest at heart, and I guess most of all that you know you can trust them.
Exactly, and I don't trust many people. So to know that I've got a few that I trust, for me, that's important.
If you could map out the rest of your career now, as we stand, as you say, you're in your mid-20s, what would it be? What boxes would you want to tick? What are the things you want to have achieved before it's all over?
I've only got one box that I want to tick right now, and that's to win my next fight. Yeah, it's as short term as that. I mean, I don't look past any other date. Right now, March 23rd is the only box that I've got right now, and that's the only box I want to tick right now. Of course, we want to be a world champion, but right now, March 23rd is the goal.
You're in nearly every list you see in publications and online of kind of best prospects to watch and future world champions and stuff like that. How do you manage to keep your feet on the ground when everyone else is hyping you up so much?
Because ultimately you have to get in the ring and fight. I know where I'm at. I know there's a lot more learning to do, much more tougher tests to come. I've got targets and aims and dreams that I have that probably people haven't thought about. So when I beat this guy, they think, oh, that's a great win, that's this, that's that. But for me, I remain calm because I know I see further past, the people that I've been fighting. No disrespect to them, but there's greater things I want to achieve than, at this level.
And just before we let you go, just a quick bit of housekeeping. Josh or Joshua, what do you prefer?
Any, to be fair with you, my close family call me Joshua. I don't mind. Joshua, whichever flows, I don't mind, I'm easy.
As long as people are still calling you something, that's what matters.
Exactly, I'm easy, man.
Brilliant. All right, we really appreciate your time and best of luck on the Copper Box, Bill.